we are going to bring out the final update on the judgment. Let me quickly read out some things that we need to understand before we now talk about some things, because this judgment, as I've said in the other video, it shows the true picture of Nigeria. Anyway, it shows the true picture of the kind of system we are running in this country, the kind of system that is taking place in this country. Because I'm particular about the issue of freedom and self-determination. That's the area where I'm speaking from, and a lot of people need to understand this, because it's a very disturbing things, very disturbing. Let me quickly play what the judges said. The final judgment is out. Let me quickly play it. So after that, we can now talk about
admonition of Jesus Christ in their post passage and show mercy to the convicts. In addition, the death penalty globally is now being frowned upon by the international community. Consequently, and in the interest of justice, I hereby sentence the convicts to life imprisonment for the said counts 1, 4, 5, and 6 instead of death sentence. Life is sacred to God. With respect to count 3, he is hereby sentenced to 20 years imprisonment without no option of fine. For count 7, he is sentenced to 5 years imprisonment without no option of fine. To extend the mercy, I hereby order that the sentence shall run concurrently. And due to the nature of the offenses that borders on terrorism and the attitude, violent nature of the defendants that I have taken judicial notice. The last adjourned date, he was so unruly and expressed violence, even was about to beat the security officers here. This morning, he repeated same. That has been his trait, his attitude. So I have no hesitation in coming to the conclusion that convicts has a tendency of violence. The tendency of violence has not left him. It is based on this that he must be kept in facility that is suitable for his custody, as putting him in Kuje Correctional Center may not be appropriate. And also, I take judicial notice and that for conclusion of the judgment, and from the exhibits that I've analyzed in my judgment, substantially, the convicts made use of computer device like phones in making broadcasts to the sites and call for all these atrocities. It is based on that without hesitation, I agree with the counsel to the prosecution that the convicts must not be allowed near any digital device, and if he must be closely monitored by the Office of the National Security Advisor. And also, with the atrocities, the number of killings, and the effect of the acts of the convicts on the people of Southeast. I think it deserved protective custody. Due to this offense, I ordered that the convicts be kept in protective custody in any custodial center in any part of the country. And also, the objects of crime in respect of cancer have to do with the transmitter is hereby forfeited to the federal government. Thank you. And regards other exhibits, if at the expiration of the 90 days, the statutory time for appeal, if there is no appeal, an application will be brought for necessary consequential order. Yes, thank you.
Let me again, on behalf of the people of Nigeria, thank the judiciary for this development. It is now clear that the law has its consequences, and anybody who breaks the law must be ready to face the consequences. And besides, law must be obeyed for the peace of the society. Law and judicial institutions must be respected, avoid anarchy and lawlessness. I want to thank you again on behalf of the people of Nigeria, the judiciary, for this judgment. I hope and pray that many others will still learn from these decisions, and I pray also that the Lord will give you health, strength, and advancement in your career. My Lord, 9 months have been very challenging. I'm grateful to your Lordship.
Thank you.
We understand.
Once again,
Thank you.
in the next 15 minutes, you can collect the certified copy of the judgment. Thank you. All right.
The
Now,
long principle.
let me quickly say some things concerning this video.
Position of Jesus Christ in the
We've heard what the law says and how everything now ended. Anyway, there are so many things now in that ruling or judgment. I think they gave him a period of 9 months to appeal. So, and they said that the judgment is life imprisonment with some other 5 years jails with no option to fine, and it will be under heavy security. Well, some people will say that's good, that's this. But my own is that I wish that this law is applicable to all Nigerians, so that it will not be only maybe the Igbos, maybe it's not going to be only the Yorubas, if find themselves in this kind of thing, because the people that are asking for freedom, that they want to go, they are Igbos and they are Yorubas that said they are going. I think these are the two ethnic groups that said they are going. So if the law now, as is said today now, can also applicable to other tribes, all those ones that are killing people in Benue, in Kwara, in Kogi, in Ondo, in everywhere. Look at what is happening in Kwara State now. If they can, arrest them and do the same thing, I think is going to now, everybody will know that yes, Nigeria is now working. Because some days ago now, the president said that the judiciary, that they should work and make sure that they deliver good judgments, that they should not be, buy with anything. They should make sure that they do the right thing at the right time. I think with this now, we can say yes, according to the law. But is the law not only meant for some set of people? That's the question. They should also arrest everybody that are terrorizing people in Nigeria. A lot of people terrorizing from up and down. Look at, I watched the video of what happened in Eruku and I was crying. Many people watched me when I was doing the video. I could not hold it. I was crying. Is it a crime to be in Nigeria? Is it a crime to be a Nigerian? Yoruba will say, Ile Ogba, Ona Ogba. That is exactly what is happening now. Because you never can tell, anything can happen at any time. Because bandits, they have everything to terrorize you. They have everything to run your community. They have everything. So the law should also be extended to every part of Nigeria to make sure that everybody is involved in this. Not only the Igbos, not only the Yorubas. Because I know that now that this thing has happened now, because I know why I'm talking about this. I know that this one has happened to Igbos now. I know the next target is going to be the Yoruba agitators. Once they arrest them like this, Shebi, you know what we do to Nnamdi Kanu. Shebi, you know what we do to. That's why I'm talking. So it is now, the thing is now for everybody. It's not only for the Igbos. It's for the agitators. Either you are Yoruba, you are this, you are that. Then let me say this. They said that anybody that's financial, that's you are financing the IPOB, you are working with them, or you have one thing or the other you are doing with IPOB, that is 20 years in jail. Not only IPOB. So if you said you are Yoruba agitators, once they arrest you, you know what the law says. They will tell you what the law says. And a lot of people don't really understand. Now that the law is politician dictating for the judges, okay? They say it's a politician that is dictating for the judges. They said that is what is happening. A lot of things is happening in Nigeria. Many things they happen in Nigeria today now. And we all seen it. It's happening right in our eyes. Everything is happening in our eyes. A lot of people don't really understand. Some people are just joining us. Let me quickly replay that, because some people are just joining us. What the judges said, so that you not say it's me. I'm not the one. It's what the judges said.
Consequently, and again, 4, 5, and 6 instead of death sentence. Life is sacred to God. With respect to count 3, he is hereby sentenced to 20 years imprisonment without no option or fine. For count 7, he is sentenced to 5 years imprisonment without no option or fine.
Do you hear that?
To extend the mercy,
The first one is
admonition of Jesus Christ in the post passage and show mercy to the convicts. In addition, the death penalty globally is now being frowned upon by the international community. Consequently, and in the interest of justice, I hereby sentence the convicts to life imprisonment for the said counts 1, 4, 5, and 6 instead of death sentence. Life is sacred to God.
Did you hear that? So that everybody will know the kind of country we are. The way you are supporting the movement, the way you are shouting, Yoruba nation, no going back. Oduduwa nation, no going back. Biafra, Kenekan, we are Kenekan. now it has become a law, because if they use it for one person, definitely they are going to make sure that the law stands, and any other person that are also involved in similar case will also be tried with such law. That's what Nnamdi Kanu was saying, that there is no law that, but today now they have bring out a law that can prosecute him, that can try him, and that is what is happening now. I wish that what is happening now, they can extend it to other people, others in the northern part of Nigeria, those people in the north that are terrorizing us, that they can do anything at any time. They can do anything at any time. So I think they should do something like they should also make sure they work and arrest those people. If they arrest those people too, so that this thing the judgment is meant for the agitators and the heartless bandits. Okay, let me quickly read that. I'm coming. Let me read that from the. They said that the judgment is meant for the agitators and the heartless bandits exempted in Nigeria. Okay, that's what somebody said in the comment section. That is meant for the agitators, but not the bandits. That's so sad. That's so sad. That's so sad. That's so sad. Because if everything is going normally, the reason why there was the first civil war is because some people, were marginalized. That was the reason why we have the first war, civil war. Why is it that Yoruba are shouting they want to go? Is it not because we are not enjoying anything? We are being marginalized. That is why Yoruba want to go. But as it is now, it will be very difficult for people now to come out and say they want to, because once they get you, you are gone. That is it. That is it. Now, if they get you, you are gone. And that is why you see now that a lot of people will be more careful. You'll be more careful. Look, I want you to listen to what this man said. I've played the video in the other video that I did the other time. He says something that is very, very serious, and because a lot of people, those of you that you are moving from one country to the other, please, you have to be very, very careful this time around, because if you are part of a financier, you are financing, you are doing anything, the time is coming now that they will be visiting everybody one by one. And that is why we said that people should be very, very careful. People should be very, very careful in whatsoever we are doing, especially those that are agitating. Keep your comment coming. Let me see what the people are saying. I am not a lawyer. Please, what is the final charge to him? Okay, life imprisonment. They said yes, life imprisonment. Yes. They said life imprisonment plus 20 years jail, 5 years jail, and other terms. So I am not a lawyer too. So, but let me play what he said again. So the lawyer will come out and explain to us.
The death penalty globally is now being frowned upon by the international community. Consequently, and in the interest of justice, I hereby sentence the convicts to life imprisonment for the said counts 1, 4, 5, and 6 instead of death sentence. Life is sacred to God. With respect to count 3, he is hereby sentenced to 20 years imprisonment without no option or fine. For count 7, he sentenced to 5 years imprisonment without no option of fine.
Okay. Now let me now explain that. In the voice video I did like an hour ago, what the judge said and the prosecuting counsel is that the count charge, that is 1, I think 1, 3, 4, 5, and 6, they said that the penalty is death sentence. But the last one, which is count 7, so that one is with fine. So now they now say that as a judge, so and they are not supporting, as the whole world is now against death sentence, that they have changed it to life imprisonment. That is for count 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, except the last one. The last one go for 20 years plus 5 years. So that's what the judge said. You can see. So if all this thing is happening and they are now extending it to other tribe, I think it's going to make sense. But using the law for a particular tribe it does not make sense. It does not make sense because a lot of people are now shouting. In fact, I've seen a lot of people in my area here that they were crying because what the guy is doing is really fighting for, he's fighting for his people. He's not fighting for his pockets. He's fighting for his people. So, and in this case, when you see people, trying to do something, and I watched Nnamdi Kanu like an hour ago. I watched him like an hour ago, where in the court when he was crying, was running in his mind will be, so this is how these people will leave me. This is how people will leave me. He was crying seriously. Go and watch the video. I don't do exaggeration here. We only talk reality. And what this channel meant for is for freedom. We talk about freedom. I don't do exaggeration. Go and watch the video. He was crying. For a grown-up man to be crying after all he has said and everything, you should know that it's a serious case. It's a serious case. It's a serious case. Let me see your comment in the comment section. Please keep your comments coming. Let me see your comment in the comment section. They said that the judge, okay, I've seen that. Life imprisonment, yes, life imprisonment. Okay, so please keep your comment coming. There's one particular video I want you to listen to. I don't know if I still have the video. Let me see if I still have the video so that all of us can. If I don't have the video, then that means because a lot of things. Okay, let me see the comments. If you think the people, okay, they say if you think the IPOB will abandon our independence for freedom, then you are joking. Okay. One thing I'm coming to that. There is no doubt. Tribalism is is dividing and destroying Nigeria. There's one thing that Ken Saro-Wiwa said. Many grown-up people like my age will understand that. Ken Saro-Wiwa said something. He said that you can kill the messenger. You can't kill the message. And when we are talking about message will be message and ideology will be ideology. So a lot of things that people need to understand that when we are talking about ideology, an ideology is ideology. An idea whose time is ripe cannot be destroyed. I want you to get that. There was a time too that people like Mandela faced it. Yes, there was a time like Malcolm X faced it. There was a time like Martin Luther faced it. So it will always be like that. So please, someone should tell me why he was sentenced. Okay, they said he was sentenced on terrorism. They said they charged him on terrorism. Okay, can you hear that now? They charged him on terrorism. He was sentenced on terrorism. That's why he was sentenced on terrorism. And they give him life imprisonment plus another 20 years and 5 years. I don't know law anyway. With me, I'm not a lawyer. I think the lawyer will come and explain to us what the meaning of that judgment. Let me quickly read this before we round it up, because we are still coming back in the night. Let me quickly read this so that a lot of people will understand. Okay, according to Sahara Reporter, let me quickly read that. Break a court sentence Nnamdi Kanu to life imprisonment cites international concern over death penalty. I think I've said that. So the judge also noted international objection to giving Kanu the death penalty. Justice James Omotosho of the Federal High Court, Abuja, on Wednesday sentenced the leader of Indigenous People of Biafra, IPO, Nnamdi Kanu, to life imprisonment after condemning what he described as his atrocious action. The judge also noted international objection to giving Kanu the death penalty. The judge said that although Kanu had shown no remorse and continued to display violent, unruly behavior, the court was compelled to temper justice with mercy. In a ruling that combines 10 criticism with religion reflection, the court emphasized that mercy is central tenet of justice and faith. Quoting Matthew 23:23, the judge stressed the weightier matter of the judgment, mercy, and faith, adding that life is sacred to God, despite describing Kanu as arrogant, cocky, and full of himself, and expressing concern over what the court called his persistent tendency of violence. The judge said the decision to forgo the death penalty was informed by shifting global norms. Can you see that? That is what the judge said. Consequently, Kanu was sentenced to life imprisonment on count 1, 4, 5, 6. For count 7, the court imposed a 20 years prison terms without option of a fine and an additional 5 years terms without the option of a fine on another count. All sentences are to run concurrently. Anyway, the lawyers will come and explain that. Me, I don't understand the meaning of that. The court noted that the offenses bordered on terrorism, and Kanu's behavior, even during proceeding, reinforced its conclusion about his propensity for violence. His conduct on the morning of the section of sentencing, according to the judge, including expressing violence and nearly assaulting security officer while delivering the verdict. The judge reinstated that although the defendant's behavior was condemnable, justice must be dispensed with a measure of mercy. Okay, Federal High Court in Abuja on Monday convicted the detained leader of Indigenous People of Biafra, that's Kanu, on count charges, on one of the count charges, and holding Kanu that Kanu did not enter a defense or offer any explanation to counter the prosecution evidence. Delivering the ruling, that's James Omotosho, prosecuting, stated that the prosecuting case stood unchallenged following Kanu's refusal to properly present a defense and his removal from the courtroom earlier in the day over repeated unruly behavior. Okay, can you see that? Consequently, the defendant is hereby convicted in respect of count 1. Can you see that? Including the delivery of judgment would continue in the absence of Nnamdi Kanu, citing the IPOB leader unruly behaviors in the courtroom. The court also convicted the detained leader of Indigenous People of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu on all count of charges levying against him, including the count 2 of the terrorism charges. For those of you that are asking, terrorism charges on terrorism charges now, for those people that are asking, the offense under Section 16 of the Terrorism Prevention Act 2003, okay, 2003, 2013, sorry, Act 2013, carry a punishment of death or life imprisonment upon conviction. In the judgment, Justice James Omotosho held that Kanu declaration of a sit at home order across Southeast, accompanied by threats and enforced through violence, amounted to a terrorist act. Okay? Can you see that? That is what they said about Nnamdi Kanu, and that is why they gave him 7 count charges, which they originally said is going to be death penalty, but they all know that it's not going to make sense. Anyway, let's thank them for that. And the bottom line of everything is that he has given a 90 days. And they said that he can no longer represent himself. You cannot be a judge over your case. So that's what they said. He cannot represent himself. He has to get a lawyer or his son, baristas that has to represent him. So he cannot do that by himself again due to his behavior. That's why they said he cannot do that by himself. So he has to get somebody that will be representing him. And he has 90 days to file anything. If he has any objection or to the judgment or any what do you call it in the court of law, that he has to do that within 90 days. But pending the time, they said he's going to be in prison and he's going to be under heavy security and thorough supervision. And he's not going to be allowed to use anything computer gadgets, either phone, laptop, whatsoever. But if he has to do that, it has to be under the National Security Advisor. So they have to supervise him. Anyway, that's what happened in the court today. We wish that this judgment should also be extended to people in the north, those that are causing trouble. If we extend to them, so that all of us will now know that yes, Nigeria is working. So that we all know that Nigeria is working. But if the law is meant for some set of people, then that means it's not working fine. Anyway, please make sure you like and share the video. Join us in the night for late night talk show. This is iSeen TV. Put your comment in the comment section. Make sure you like the video, share the video. Any part you like there, just share it, cut it. Make sure you subscribe. This is iSeen TV. Thanks for watching.